Hello everybody, it's the 21st of June today, and this tangled mess is a wannabe windswept hawthorn. I made a short back along of this tree when I put it into the pot, and for some reason I hadn't actually filmed putting it into the pot and things, so I just did a quick short to start off the new playlist of this tree. And let's pop the can in for scale so you can see and have a vague idea of the size of this tree. As I said, I did make a short which I uploaded, and perhaps if I can find that piece of footage, editing me will pop it in the video here. Just potted this hawthorn up as a windswept style into this nice blue pot that used to house another hawthorn of mine, which sadly didn't make it. It contracted phytophthora, I believe that was the cause of death, last summer, just after it had flowered its heart out. Anyway, in better news, the can has resurfaced. Found it tucked under a bush where Storm Eunice had deposited it. Okay, so when I repotted this tree, which I believe was in March, memory's a terrible thing, I had to put a little stake in the tree to hold it upright, but as you can see it's rooted out very nicely into the pot and no longer requires the stake to hold it up. But I'm going to put the stake back in just while I do this wiring work, just to support the tree so I don't bash it about too much and damage the new roots too much. So if I can get the stake back in, because I want to do a little bit of wiring, that's better. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this piece that's growing right from the very base of the trunk. I don't want a twin trunk tree, so I'm going to remove that and a bunch of weeds that have decided to grow underneath it. The great thing about hawthorns is they are lovely trees. A not so great thing about hawthorn is the amount of spikes, and even though these are new fresh branches and the spikes aren't very big yet, they're still sharp. Okay, I'm going to remove this piece which is hiding the trunk, but I'm going to keep this piece. I'm going to remove this lower branch here. And remove this piece that's growing out to the right. Obviously my thoughts for this tree is that the wind is blowing from left to right, so the piece I just removed was on the tree's left. There you go. Sharp said start again in the mornings. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of pieces of wire. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is remove that branch that's crossing over there, and I'm going to put a piece of wire on this piece of tree. It's not a long piece of wire. I want to put in a very simple bend. I can just anchor that there. Try not to catch the foliage in the wire. Try not to get stabbed too fiercely by the thorns. Okay, and then I can put a bend and bring that piece like so. And then I can shorten that back to there. Okay, I should have used a longer piece of wire, and then I could have looped in this extra branch at the same time, but I didn't, so I'm going to try not to cross the wire. I know that's a no-no. If I can just anchor this thinner piece under that thicker piece of wire, like so, I shouldn't have to cross. That way, that piece can also, that's better. And then I'm just going to nip the end off of that piece. Okay. Trim that away. That's better. Okay, I can use one piece for those, both of those. I can find something suitable. YouTube doesn't like swearing, I'm told. I'm trying very hard not to say ooh yeah. At this spiky environment. Okay, so I'm going to bring these two in together, and then one down a little and one up a little. Again, trim that off. As I say, these spikes aren't, no, they're not that big just yet. They will get bigger with age, but they are darn spiky. Okay, hope I'm not boring you. Find me another piece of wire. Okay, and again I'm going to trim them off. Now it may be that this is just too much and it's a bit of overkill. All these branches, I may not want to keep them all, and they can be trimmed off later if I don't like them, perhaps next winter when I can actively see the silhouette of the tree better. But for now, I think I'm going to keep the majority of them. This piece, just going straight down, I want to bring up. Okay. This piece I'm not going to wire, I'm just going to shorten like so, and then this shoot should take off in that direction. And this piece I'm also going to just shorten. Okay, so I've got a hole in my finger. Don't think the camera's picking that up. Don't feel too sorry for me. It'll get better quite quickly. Just not the most wonderful thing to have happen, but there you are. Worst things happen at sea. Gonna shorten that back to that piece, and then hopefully the branch will shoot in this direction. Similarly that one. And so there you have it. There is a windswept hawthorn in the making. A long way to go, and it's got a lot of growing to really make it worthy of this pot. But sadly the hawthorn I had in this pot before died, so I found another one. I see another piece growing to the left, which I don't want. So let me take off that whole piece. That's better. I'm not even sure about this piece now because it's sort of crossing over the front of the trunk somewhat, towards the front of the, towards the viewer. Take that off. And maybe that piece can grow out in that direction with the wind, as I say, in my eye, blowing across the moor in that direction. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching. It is very much appreciated. Do all the YouTube things, the liking, the subscribing, the commenting. Let me know in the comment section below just what you think. But most of all, please, please, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe, everybody.